Hello, and welcome to the week 4 of the Ghana Premier League Lowdown. It was a weekend where 2 of its games was postponed because of the rains. Again, it was a weekend of missed opportunities. There were 6 home wins recorded with no away win, and of course, the weekend saw 2 draws. Again, the goal scorers charts of the Ghana Premier League intensifies as Bennard Abeiku showed dominance, stayed at 6 goals so far in the current campaign. David Abangna Sangdan also recording 5 goals for himself. Fatau Isaac seemed to be the surprise package of the weekend or of the Ghana Premier League because now he's recorded 4 goals so far, getting a brace over the weekend. Osman Ibrahim have scored 3 goals so far. Bright J also gathering 3 goals for himself. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko's wonder kid, Isaac Kopon, with that solo effort to go all over the weekend, have also amassed 3 goals for himself. Ejenin Boateng have scored 3 so far on the top scorers chart of the Ghana Premier League. After a weekend that saw a lot of goals in the Ghana Premier League, it was Brekum Chelsea's Jackson Owusu who separated them from King Faisal. They won by a goal to 0. Again, Kumasi Asante Kotoko beat 11 Wonders by 2 goals to 0. In Doma, it was Adriana Stars who beat the newcomers RTU by 5 goals to 1. Boase was Ashanti Gold who surprised the current Ghana Premier League champions Accra Hearts of Oak by 2 goals to 0. Elmina Sharks stayed at the Indom Sports Complex to beat Gold Stars, another newcomers, by 2 goals to 1. West African Football Academy stayed at the Red Bull Arena in Sogakope to play 2-2 with Legon Cities. Great Olympics played 3-3 with Fatau Isaaku's Dreams FC. Mediama also had to play their game again the next morning because of the rains. They beat Karela United by 2 goals to 0. Joseph Tetezuta, of course, was on the score sheet. New Boys Accra Lions beat Bechem United by 2 goals to 1. To wrap up a weekend that was filled with a lot of goals, 29 in total. There has been a lot of pressure on Accra House of Folks head coach Samuel Boadu, who's expected to deliver. They find themselves in the relegation zone after 4 matches played so far in the current campaign. My colleague Nora Derby joins me to discuss the future of Samuel Boadu. Nora, you tell us, do you see a future for Samuel Boadu at Accra House of Folk currently as things stand?
Well, as it stands, I don't see a future for Samuel Boadu in the sense that I feel he and his team are they think they are focusing on the greater goal, which is the CAF Confederations Cup. So I feel they don't want to put their best in it. They think the Ghana Premier League is, I don't want to use the word, I don't want to degrade the Ghana Premier League, but for the Accra House of Folk, I feel that is what they are doing. So they don't want to injure their players. They don't want their players to waste their strength in their sense on the Ghana Premier League and then save their energy for the CAF Confederations Cup. But then you don't ignore one for the other when you can win both sides, knowing fully well that their arch rivals, which is the Kumasi Asante Kotoko, are leading the table right now. And if you do this, it's just going to, we are trying to bring back the love for the game. And if you do this, it's just going to bring some sort of rivalry between the Asante Kotoko fans and then the Accra Hearts of Oak fans. So I feel he should work it out with his tactical team and then talk to the boys. They have very good potentials in there.
Now, one would ask, I mean, you are defending champions. You won the league just last season. So why would there be that deep, a drop in form ahead of a campaign you can well defend?
Well, I think this question should be directed to the coach himself because for the defending champions, this is a it's sad. It's very sad to see that someone you have the cup. Why don't you just defend? You're just letting it go. What if you don't win the Confederations Cup? What would you do about it? You've lost here and you've lost there. So why don't you put your energy into two sides? Or you just train.
In your view, you feel the premium is placed on the Confederations Cup.
Exactly.
But one says that you do not change a winning team. So how come you would go in with a strategy of having 2 strong 11, whilst one focuses on the Ghana Premier League and the other focus on the CAF Confederations Cup?
Well, you can train 22 people and then just switch them up. And you can, so the ones that won the Ghana Premier League last season, could just use their experience to train the other 11 and then just mix up these boys. So you can use, let's say, half of an inexperienced team with half of an experienced team and then just work it up. Because you can't say you are leaving the championship because you are focusing on the Confederations Cup. You can't. What if you lose there too? And then it becomes it's a disgrace.
Clearly, from what you're saying, it means that he's having a double mind in your view.
Yes.
Do you feel he needs time to do what you're saying, or you feel it's time to sack him and get a new coach?
I don't think there's time. Because we can't keep switching coaches like that. So I think he's doing a very good job. So he should just sit down with his tactical team and then they should sort things out. Because there's no time. We're currently in week 4 of the Ghana Premier League. There's really no time. If they lose the next match, I'm sure they would go down into relegation, and we really don't want that for Accra.
So you think that Samuel Boadu should stay and work it out?
Yes, he should. He's. I believe in him.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nora.
You're welcome.
On the reaction table, Yao Champon of 11 Wonders was quite disappointed. He did not see the best from his lads.
Yeah, I think I'm a little disappointed with my boys because the strategy that we brought to the game, it lasted for only, I think, 20-25 minutes. And then they changed and they start playing their own game. So I'm a little disappointed.
Now, you've gone 4 games without a win. We've seen 2 coaches already losing their job after 3 games of the season. Does that worry you that you have not won any game so far? And what are the threats does it pose to your job?
I don't have a problem with that because 8 of our players can't play. Our registered players, before the start of the season, we learned that 8 of our players, they are caddies with the FA and they can't play. So we are only using what we have in the matches. So we are just doing our best.
That obviously there's no other work for you on the table as well.
Yeah, it makes the work very difficult because 8 of your strong players are not in and you have to use what you have. So we are doing our best and I believe our next game against Elmina Sharks, I think we will work and see if we can do something.
For Dr. Prosper Nateogum, it was hard work and determination that ensured the win.
Yes, I am. It's all by hard work, commitment to duty, and then the players trusting in the process. Trying to be disciplined at all times. Whatever we are doing at training, doing their best to implement it on the field of play. So I'm happy and they are also happy. I think we are always trying to make sure that if our opponent has the ball, we don't allow them to play. We mark them tight where it is necessary. Where we have to push up on them, we push up on them. Where we have to press, we press. And when we have the possession, we try to identify the spaces in between our opponents and try and play through the spaces. So I think that was what we were able to do to overcome them.
He again praised his solo goal scorer, Isaac Opon, who has been in fine form in the current campaign.
I think he's a fantastic player. He's talented and he works very hard too. Blend of talent, hard work, and his ability to listen to tactical instructions on the field of play. Whatever you tell him to do, he does it well, and he's able to even add that to what you tell him to do. So I think this young guy is going to go far if he's able to keep his focus, keep his calm, and keep his confidence.
Isaac Opon himself was full of praises for his coach, Dr. Prosper Nateogum, with the hashtag Obeinfo.
Brother meeting coach us. Omona omo bua me. Ocho ene dey training na omo at the starting one crabem ti me ba protocol to coach e bua me kakra plenty training o chere me goals na dey adunti. Ene ti a. Mbacho dey be my question.
In Obuasi for Accra Hatterfolk, their head coach Samuel Boadu said it was quite unfortunate they lost.
It's unfortunate that we lost this game, but we came in with it tactically. We came in to at least to win this 3 maximum point. But it's quite unfortunate that we have down by 2 goals to 0. Yeah, tactically, what I would say, I always keep saying that there's a fatigue. During the first half, we played very good game, but after the recess, when it come back, you could see that the boys are very tired and they cannot even pass and distribute the balls. Yeah, we have a long way to go. It's not yet over. This is a competition, so we are in it. So we are pushing harder to cram the psychological. We need to sack them. We need to sit them down and sack them, and then we move on.
The new man who came to steer the affairs after Ernest Thompson Cote. Well, interestingly, he was demoted in the last campaign. He took the team back, and now he says the players listened to his instructions that ensured they won against the defending champions, Accra Hearts of Oak.
Oh, players need to instructions na you catch our mono. And what is something na ko pa dom yetimi awene.
Now, is there a revenge for the way I'm losing the FA Cup final? No, mo dey ba ha tears me
Make maka say ninja aka ho, wo hwe say the FA Cup is ball. I ntimi anya cup na omunya ye no. Nti match ayesa no mu hie ntinti esa na determination also so esa basro say ezi etimi we ne.
Is there Ash going back to its form now? I say omo ana last season or back to that form now, and what should we be expecting from Ash going forward?
Yeah, kakra se be basro, but mintimi bi ma no kasa tete no. You full. Say na kakra beba.
So after 4 matches played so far in the Ghana Premier League, it's Kumasi Asante Kotoko who are top of the Ghana Premier League log with 12 points. Ken Faisal are second with 9 points. Great Olympics are third with 8 points. Dreams FC lies fourth with 7 points. Ashanti Gold are fifth with 7 points. Bechem United are sixth with 6 points. And Adriana Stars lying 7th with 5 points. Legon Cities are 8th with 5 points. Karela United are 9th with 5 points. Mediama are 10th with 5 points. Gold Stars lies 11th with 4 points. Bekum Chelsea are 12th with 4 points. Accra Lions now 13th with 4 points. Almina Sharks are 14th with 4 points. Real Tamale United now lies 15th with 4 points. Accra Hearts of Oak, the defending champions, are 16th with 3 points. 11 Wonders are 17th with 2 points. And West African Football Academy from Sogakope lying bottom of the table with just 2 points, 18th on the Ghana Premier League log. For week 5, it will be Legon Cities up against the Diana Stars. Accra Hearts of Oak versus Bekum Chelsea. West African Football Academy versus Accra Great Olympics. Karela United versus Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Ken Faisal versus Mediama. Real Tamale United will take on Ashanti Gold. And Bechem United will be playing Dreams FC. 11 Wonders take on Elmina Sharks. And BBNE Gold Stars will stay at the Danks Park to play the newcomers, Accra Lions. That's how we end the show for today on the Ghana Premier League Lowdown here on TV UCC. I am Bennard Abeiku Okyere. Sport is life. You get involved.